100,000 plus people worldwide in over 16 different countries. And my podcast is ranked in the United States as one of the top ones. And I have my own baseball academy in the Dominican Republic. The reason why this is all happening is because I created it first in my mind. Remember, what you see in your mind, you can hold in your hands, but you have to see it consistently. But what if I was just seeing the complete opposite? What if I was seeing myself with lack of money, lack of success, not believing in myself? Then that's what would have been created. Okay. But because I focused on my success, my growth, the places I wanted to go with, then that's what I created. And I don't say any of this stuff to impress any of you. Okay. I say it to press upon you that a lot can change when you change your way of thinking. Okay. Stop allowing other individuals to have more control over your life than you do. Stop allowing the outside circumstances to affect your internal peace. One of the biggest breakthroughs I had was when I stopped caring about what other people had to say about me. Because you see, when you embark on a journey to personal growth, remember, a lot of people don't want to grow because they rather you stay where they are, right? Remember, misery loves company. So if you go out and you decide that you're going to grow and you're going to take risk, guess what? Then they're going to be like, man, I'm going to have to do that too. And they don't want to do that because they like to be comfortable. Remember, comfort zone is your broke zone. Nothing grows in your comfort zone. Absolutely nothing grows there. So what we must focus on is getting uncomfortable so that way we could tap into the field of infinite possibilities and truly find out what we're truly capable of. So don't let other people, okay, have control over your life. Don't worry about what people have to say about you. Let them make fun of you. Let them talk down on your business and entrepreneurship. Let them tell you that it's not going to work and that you're wasting your time and that you're going to go get a job. Let them tell you those things. And guess what? It's going to come from the people you love most. Let me give you the heads up. It's going to come from the people that you love most. Your friends, your family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. It's going to come from them. So be aware, but understand that all you have to do is learn to accept or reject. That's all you have to do. Are you going to accept what they said? Because if you accept it, it becomes yours. Okay. Only accept positive affirmations. Only accept positive, okay, into your life. Don't accept negative. All right. Only accept the positive and reject the negative. If it's not going to help you grow, reject it. Let it come. Don't let it become a part of you. Okay. And this is why it's so key because awareness is everything. You see, if you are aware of what's going on around you, you can learn what to accept or reject. Okay. But understand this, there's really no perfect moment to start. There's no perfect moment to start. You just have to go out there and lead yourself. Don't let no outside circumstances affect your peace. Whatever is going on right now in our world, the coronavirus, the riots, everything that's going on right now, we cannot let those outside circumstances affect our internal peace because our outside circumstances are created by our internal. So if your internal is not in place, if your internal doesn't have the clarity, if your internal is clogged, it's not going to create a good outside circumstance for you. So that's why we must always protect ourselves at all causes, right? Don't just accept your life and wait for the right time to begin. Go out there and give it everything that you have every single day. All right. Because the job that is never started always takes the longest to get finished. The job that is never started always takes the longest to get finished. So if you're just sitting here and waiting to lead yourself, then guess what? Your job is going to be prolonged, right? Great example. Let's say we were going to build a house, okay? And you're not showing up every single day to help me build this house, then guess what? The job is going to get longer to finish. It's going to take longer to finish. But guess what? If we start this up right away today, and every single day we go out there for 2 hours a day and we lay bricks down and we do what we're supposed to do, then the job is going to finish a lot faster. A lot of you don't want to go out there and lay these bricks down. A lot of us just want to sit at home, chill, and just hope that this house and this empire that we want in life to get built for us. Understand, guys, we have to build this empire. We're the ones that have to do it. I talked about it on my last episode on the building ambition, right? We talked about self-reliance. You have to count on you. You have to count on you, guys, and that's super, super key. And understand, we have to make sacrifices. Leading yourself comes with a lot of sacrifices. Understand that if you don't sacrifice for what you want will be sacrificed. Okay? Everything you want is on the other side of you sacrificing time, sleep, people. So many things that has to be sacrificed in order for us to accomplish what we want. Because trust me, you don't want what you want to be sacrificed. Imagine that car you want being sacrificed. Imagine that house you want being sacrificed. Imagine all those beautiful places you want to travel to and take your families to being sacrificed, right? Imagine that private school that you wanted your kids to go to being sacrificed, and now you have to settle for a regular public school. Imagine all the things that you want in life being sacrificed just because you didn't want to sacrifice for that. We need to understand this, family. We have to live intentionally every single day. Everything that touches your life is an opportunity if you discover its proper use. Let me repeat that. Everything that touches your life, okay, is an opportunity if you discover its proper use. Remember, it's not about what happens that determines your future. It's what you do about what happens that will determine your future. Because what happens to everybody. The sun went up on us yesterday and it came down on us yesterday. That was a common event that happened to all of us. All right. But what did we do about what happened? Did we put the work in as the sun was up? Did we read the books? Did we listen to the audios? Okay. What did you do while the sun was up? Remember, what happens to everybody. Is what we do about what happens that will determine our future. So the goal here is to live intentionally. All right. The hustle is sold separately. In order for you to get something you've never had, you got to do things you've never done, especially when it comes to leading yourself, especially when it comes to this. Because in order for you to lead others, remember, you have to lead yourself. In order for me to be able to lead the individuals listening to this call right now, the thousands and soon to be millions of people that are going to be listening to my message, in order for me to do that, I have to lead myself. All right. And this is the key. You got to exceed expectations. Stop only doing what's accepted and start doing more than what's expected of you. Start doing more than what's expected of you, because you got to do more. But in order for you to do more, you have to know more. All right. Start living your life with no limits. Affirm to yourself, I am limitless. I am successful. I am infinite. I am relentless. Set the bar, meet the bar, and make sure that every single day you give it everything that you got to accomplish what you want in life. Because it's not about us. It's about those that are watching us. It's about those that are looking for us to keep going so they could be like, wow, he never quit. He never quit. Every single day I get messages from people telling me, man, because you never quit, because you never put your head down, I'm here today. I decided entrepreneurship. I decided to tap into my higher self and accomplish more. So remember, it's not about us. It's about those that need you to keep going so you can inspire them and show them that life is for all of us to win. Life is abundant. Life is fulfillment. Life is prosperity. And this year, 2020, we are all going to have quantum leaps in our businesses and in all areas of our lives if we decide to lead ourselves, guys. But with that being said, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Make sure that you lead yourself, because before you can lead others, you got to lead you. And you are the only one that can make a change in this world. Be the change that you want to see in the rest of the world. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you at the top, bottom. Let's wait about it. Let's go. Thank you for listening to Mornings with Nano. I would really appreciate it if you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. All right. Let's get this call started, familia. I am super excited to be here. Let me just set up the live for Instagram, and we are ready to go. Sheesh, real quick, guys, let me know where you guys are calling in from as we set this up. I am very, very excited. All right, here we go. Somebody just text me, why do you do your YouTube black screen? All right, here we go. All right, guys, there we go. Grand Rising Familia, and happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is feeling good, feeling blessed, feeling aligned. I know that, it is a Tuesday morning, and, I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend. I see we got people calling in from Croatia, Ohio, Orlando, Tennessee, Spain, New York in the building, Miami in the building, Finland in the building, Denver, Colorado in the building. Let's go. Super excited to be here on this call with each and every single one of you guys. I pray everybody is having a good day. And I am, and I'm very happy to be here. We got Slovenia here, and I'm just looking forward to another great call here with Mornings with Nano. I pray all of you guys are doing good. Real quick, if you've done your morning routine this morning, put a 111 in the chat box. If you've done your morning routine this morning, let me see, where's everybody at with their routines. Let me just put this up here, part 2. I know that last call we did the human regrets, and we only did the first 5. And I actually had people yesterday were hitting me up like, yo, when are you going to do part 2 to the human regrets, and so on and so forth. So I was like, yo, we're going to do them today. We're going to do them today. And, I'm just very, very excited to be here on this call with all of you. Everybody's growing, everybody's elevating, everybody's taking themselves to new levels. And that's what this is all about, guys. So I hope everybody's feeling good this morning. I hope everybody is striving and not just surviving. And, most importantly, we're coming up on the last couple of days of May. Something I always like to remind my people of when it comes to, the end of the months is you always got to remember you got to do your monthly evaluations. All right, guys. We're going into a new month. We're going into the month of June. So, June, July, and August are very important months of the year. I always tell people those summer months are very big because, it's either you're going to grow during the summer or you're going to be distracted during the summer. So you got to pick and choose what's going to happen for you this summer. Are you going to be focused this summer, or are you going to be distracted this summer? Let me know in the chat box what's going to be, what are you going to do this summer? You're going to be focused, or you're going to be distracted. So in order for you to set yourself up, and in order for you to make sure that everything works the way that you want it to, you got to make sure that you remember that it's all about setting yourself up for success, right? So if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So one thing I've learned is that right before you go into a new season, before you go into a new month, before you go into a new anything, there needs to be an evaluation of how things were before you go into that, right? What happened before, what happened prior. So just a really quick lesson here before we get into our training for today. I always tell people, remember this, okay? There's 3 questions you want to ask yourself before you go into a new month. Number 1, the first question you want to ask yourself is, what did you do well for the month of May? Okay, if you're Mornings with Nano OG, you've probably heard me do this a million times, but you're going to hear it again because, this is what it takes, right? So, what did you do well in the month of May? Give yourself credit for it. Something I've learned about success is that sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit for the things that we are doing well. Okay, so what were some things that you did well in May, right? Let me know in the chat box, as a matter of fact. What were some things you guys did well in the month of May, right? What was it that you did well? Did you go to the gym a lot this month? Did you eat better this month? Did you, start a new business? Did you launch a new business? Were you able to get new people to join your business? Were you able to, reach an amount of money that you want to save, right? Did you do your morning routine and all of these things? And I want to make sure that each and every single one of you guys, are connected with that, and you give yourself all the credit for the things that you are doing well, right? You didn't give up, no slip ups on my morning routine, right? Through provocations, I remained calm, right? I started a nonprofit. I joined the Digital Dynasty family. Shout out to you, Vanessa. Welcome to the family. I'm progressing in the right directions. I lost 20 pounds in my third month in profit with my own boss. There you go. Morning routine every day. Got my routine back on point. Let's go, Z, right? Consistently walk 10 steps, 10K steps every day. There you go, right? Remember, guys, in the journey to success, you got to give yourself credit for all the things you are doing well. Sometimes, because we're so focused on what we're not doing well, we forget to give ourselves credit for the things that we are doing well. So always give yourself credit for all the things you're doing well. So when you do your monthly evaluation, and the first question is, what did you do well for the month of May? Write it down. I consistently walk 10K steps. I increased my learning capacity. I went to a Miami event and connected with leaders. I showed up daily for God. I did my daily methods of operations. I did cold showers every single day. I put myself in uncomfortable positions. I hit my target weight. Like, you got to get in the habit of giving yourself more credit for the things that you're actually doing. Okay. That's number one. Number two, what didn't you do well in the month of May? Now, this is the question where you got to be honest with yourself, right? Remember, this is just a question for you and your journal. All right. There's no reason to lie. There's no reason to beat around the bush. Nothing like that. What did you do well in the month of May? What didn't you do well in the month of May? Keep that in mind, right? What was the things that you didn't do well in the month of May? This is very important for all of us to understand. And here's the time to be honest. You know what? I didn't go to the gym as much as I was supposed to. I spent too much money on eating out. I did this. I didn't do this. I was supposed to do this and I didn't do this. I was supposed to talk to 5 people a day to get more people to join my business, but I didn't do that. I slipped up on my morning routine. Here is the time to be completely honest with yourself. What didn't you do well in the month of May? Okay. And only you know that, because you know where you slipped up. You know what you were supposed to do and you didn't do it. Right? You knew you were supposed to write in your goals down. You didn't write your goals down. You knew you were supposed to be reading at least 10 pages a day. You didn't read your 10 pages every single day. Okay. So you got to make sure that you keep track of the things that you're not doing well. That's the second question. And then the third question, so we can get right into our training, is what improvements am I going to make for the month of June? Right? And this question is actually easy to answer, because the answers to question number 3 are usually the opposite to your answers to question number 2. So let me give you guys an example, right? If one of the things I didn't do well in May was I slacked off on my morning routine, then in June, my improvement is going to be doing my morning routine every day, right? If one of the things I didn't do well was go to the gym in May, then one of my improvements is going to be, hey, I'm going to go to the gym in June, right? And it goes back and forth, right? So usually it's just an opposite of what you're not doing. The answer to question 3 is an opposite to the question 2. So you just got to keep that in mind. Always remember, evaluations are key. The biggest companies in the world, the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, do monthly, weekly, and even daily evaluations. Because remember, you can't track what you do not measure. Okay. You cannot track what you do not measure. So you gotta always remember, you gotta keep track of these things, because look at what will happen. Let me tell you guys this, right? Look at what will happen to most people. A lot of people are on this call right now. You guys should be thankful that you're actually listening to this message today, because there's a lot of people that are going to go into this summer making the same mistakes that they made all of March, April, and June because they haven't had an evaluation. Most people are going into the summer set up to fail because they're going to go out there. Think about it. If they don't know what they're doing wrong, they're going to go into the summer doing the exact same things all over again. And it's just going to be a repeat. You guys that are on this call, the 200 plus people that are on this call right now, you guys have an opportunity to do something called adjust. Okay. Amateurs continue to make mistakes. Professionals, they adjust. You have the opportunity to adjust because I just made you aware of the adjustment. You could be on this call right now and be like, yo, you know what, Nano, you're right. I need to do a personal evaluation myself. All right, let me write down these 3 questions. As a matter of fact, let me do it while you're on this call. Let me not even waste any time. Let me become aware of these things. Yo, this is what I'm doing well. This is what I'm not doing well. This is now what I'm going to improve for the month of June. Now you go into the summer with the adjustments already in place. Okay, you know, yo, I got to do this summer. I got to read more this summer. I got to go to the gym more this summer. I got to write down my goals. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to boom, 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 boom. Now you know exactly what you need to do. Instead of being somebody that is going to go into the summer with nothing to do, with no idea what you need to focus on. And then those are the ones that end up distracted all summer. And then come September, come October, they're like, well, it's already the end of the year. I'll make changes starting in January, and they basically give it up. Okay. So please, guys, I only go over this with you guys every single month because I know what evaluations do for me. Evaluations have absolutely changed my life. They changed my life, but it's because every single month I make it a priority. I make it a priority to ask myself those 3 questions every month. What did Nano do well? What didn't Nano do well? And what improvements am I going to make the following month? Okay. What's up, Mello? See you at the gym working. Natasha's on here as well. We got everybody on here today. Let's go. So if you're going to be doing your evaluations, put some 333s in the chat box. If you're going to be doing your monthly evaluation before the month of May finishes. Anybody else like the mason jars as a way to, as your cup of water? I love mason jars, by the way. You guys liking the new setup? The new setup is coming around pretty good, right? The lights in the back. We got a nice little shelf. We got some more plants. This tree is pretty sick as well, right? Mason jars is the way. No, I already know. It is the way for sure. Okay, so thank you, fam. Thank you. All right, so let's get right into the training for today. So last week, we talked about the 5 human regrets, right? We talked about the 5 human regrets, but in reality, there's 10. But because the call, was already an hour long, I didn't want to give you guys another 30 minutes. So I said, we're going to do 5 now, and then we're going to do another 5 on Tuesday. So I wanted to keep my word on it, and I wanted to cover the other 5. Right now, if you were not on the call, all right, what I would ask is anyone who was on the last call, if you can drop them in the chat box for the people who missed the first 5. Okay, if you guys can, if you don't want to, I get it. But if somebody is nice enough to drop the notes for someone who didn't make it on the first call, right? Because I'm not gonna go over all of them again, so. It'll take too much time to go over all of them. You would probably have to go watch the prior session if you want to catch up on them. But what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to go over the next 5 human regrets. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to remind you guys of how the story goes, and then we'll get into it, right? So, I read this book. It's called The Leader Who Had No Title. It's a book by Robin Sharma, one of my favorite books of all time. And in the book, it's a mentor-mentee kind of relationship, right? And in the book, the mentor tells the mentee, hey, look, if you want to change your life, if you really want me to help you, I need you to meet me at the cemetery tomorrow at 5 a.m. Okay. And the mentee says, all right, no problem. So he meets the mentee. So he meets the mentor at the cemetery the next day at 5 a.m. And when he shows up, right? He sees that his car is in the parking, and he realizes that, the mentor is already at the cemetery. So when he arrives to the cemetery, he realizes that the mentor has already two dug up graves next to each other, and he's standing in the middle of them, right? Now, think about this, guys. Imagine if I asked all of you guys, all right, to come meet me at a cemetery tomorrow at 5 a.m. And when you guys arrive, I have a dug up grave to the left of me and a dug up grave to the right of me. Okay. At the bottom of each grave, there were two basically like scrolls or pieces of paper. And each piece of paper basically, had one side had the 10 human regrets, and the other one was the 10 human victories. So today, we're going to go over the 10 human regrets. That's the first one, right? Somebody said, I'm going to think you're insane, right? But think about the story. So last week we went over the first 5. Today we're going to go over the next 5, okay? Now, each of these statements, they start with, you reach your last day. Okay, you reach your last day. So everything is about basically the idea of, if it was your last day on earth, let's say you were on your deathbed, right? These are the regrets that most people have that every single one of us should avoid. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna get to understanding, one of the best ones so that you guys can start getting right into it, right? So we did the first 5. I'm gonna just go from 1 to 5 all over again, 6 through 10, however you want to do it. But let's get into the first one of the day, right? So number 1, the first human regret, all right, is this one. You reach your last day, okay, regretting that you forgot that work is about being radically helpful to others than being helpful to only yourself. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that again, and I'm gonna put it right here in the chat box for you guys. All right, that's it. You reach your last day regretting that you forgot that work is about being radically helpful to others than being helpful only to yourself. This is all about being selfless. All right. This is what life is all about. It's about helping other people. Okay. A lot of the times throughout life, we live always being like, yo, what about me? Me, my problems, my situations, my circumstances, my money, my success. And some people live their whole lives making it all about them. My money, my success, my this, my. But what people don't understand is, like Jim Rohn says, is that you got to help enough people get what they want so that you can get everything that you want. You got to help enough people solve their problems so that you can get rid of your problems. All right. As a matter of fact, it says it in the Bible. Okay. And I want you guys to finish it for me in the chat box. The service to many leads to blank. Finish it for me in the chat box if you know what I'm talking about. The service to many leads to what? It leads to greatness. It leads to greatness, right? So if we want to be great, then we have to service the many. So in the book, what he's saying is, okay, you reach your last day regretting the fact that you forgot that all life is about pouring into others, helping others become better, instead of putting so much focus on just your life, your success, your. Now, not saying that you're not a priority. Yes, you are a priority, but you pour into your cup so that then you can pour out into other people's cups. As an example, I always tell people, hey, you got to be selfish before you can be selfless. Let me explain. This morning, I woke up. I went and did my morning routine. I closed my eyes. I did some meditation. I read 30 minutes of my book. I wrote in my journal. I wrote my goals down. I got some chance to get some sun. I practiced some gratitude, everything, right? That was Nano pouring into his cup. Now my cup is full. Now, what am I doing on this call right now on Instagram and on YouTube? I'm pouring out. Hey, look, guys, I'm pouring out good energy. I'm pouring out wisdom. I'm pouring out knowledge. I'm pouring out now. Okay. So, yes, I made myself a priority this morning by taking the time to do my morning routine. But then I make it about all the 200 plus people that are on this call. Think about that. So I will never reach my last day regretting because I've always made other people a priority. Guys, I've been doing mornings with Nano now for in June 20th next month. It'll be 5 years since I started doing mornings with Nano, right? And mornings with Nano just started as an idea of just helping a couple of people on my team. And then it's become a worldwide phenomenon where it's a podcast, world-renowned speaker, mindset educator, all of these things, right? So, what I want you guys to see is look at how much greatness has entered my life because I've made my life also about other people. Yes, have I put an incredible amount of focus on myself? Absolutely. Because the only way I can help others is by helping myself. The only way I can lead others is by leading myself. Okay? So life is not just about us, it's about others. You know who are people who are perfect examples and understand this more than anybody? Parents, right? Put a 2 in the chat box if you are a mom or a dad on this call, real quick, right? If you are a mom and a dad on this call, let me know in the chat box. Put a 2 in the chat box if you are either or. Parents understand this more than anybody else. Okay, why? Because the moment they have a son or a daughter, almost their whole lives they dedicate it to them. It's no longer about the mom or the dad. It's always about what can I do for my kids, right? Do fur parents count? I don't think so. I mean, I'm a fur parent. I love Hazel, but as a matter of fact, I do love Hazel, but I don't know if it's the same as this. If it's your own personal, son or daughter, but for parents, and the reason why I use parents as an example is because I have a lot of my friends. All my friends are now pregnant and having kids. I'm like the only one that hasn't had any kids yet. I'm still trying to figure my life out and stuff. But I see all my friends having kids, and I see how much their priorities change, right? And before they had kids, I got a chance to see how they were, right? I got a chance to see how they were, and then now I see how they are, and I see how committed they are, right, to their kids. I see how committed, how much they do, how much they sacrifice, and how their whole world revolves around their kids now. It's all about the kids, the kids, the kids, what they can do, how they can provide for them, how they can put them in better schools, how they can give them a better life than the ones that they had. Is like they're fully committed to that. So, in life, you got to remember, it's not just about our, serving our kids. It's also about serving the people around us. Okay. That's what life is all about. It's about finding your purpose and helping other people, right? When you read the book, The Purpose Driven Life, one of our purposes in life is to help others, right? It's to help others. Actually, once somebody told me this, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to quote it perfectly, but somebody once told me, he says, bro, everyone out there is a reflection of you. Okay. So the person that you meet in the streets, the person at the gas station, your Uber driver, the homeless person that's asking you for money, like, you are a reflection of everybody. So make sure that you treat and love everybody with the same respect. That always stuck with me when he told me that, right? They're just mirrors. Yeah, Crystal, they're just mirrors of you. So that homeless person that you saw asking you for money outside of a restaurant or something, treat that person with the same respect that you would treat your mentor, your brother, your mom, and your dad, right? Help that person. Okay, the same way you offer help to this person, offer help to those people, because Everyone is just a reflection. Our purpose on earth here is to serve, right? If you want greatness, right? If you want to live a life of greatness, you want to live a life of fulfillment, you got to help others. And this is why I always tell people, I'm like, yo, I wake up every day so happy. I wake up every day so fulfilled and so at peace. And the reason why is because, guys, every day I am living in my purpose. I am fulfilled every day. You don't understand how good it feels to have individuals who come up to me and tell me, Nano, because of Mornings with Nano, you changed my life. Because you got closer to God, I started to go to church more and I started to build my relationship with God. Because you never gave up, I'm still doing this business. Because of this book, because of this, those are things that money can never buy. You know, because you believed in me before I could believe in myself, now I have a six-figure business, right? Because this, and this, now I'm able to provide a better life for my kids. Like, those are compliments. Those are, things that people say to me that money can't buy. You can only earn those things by helping other people, by putting people's, priorities and problems before you put yourselves. And those are things that every single day when I go to sleep at night, I go to sleep at peace. I wake up happy that I look forward to Mornings with Nano every single day. Like, I look forward to these calls, right? Because every single day you guys allow me to live in my purpose by jumping on this call. Think about it. We have over 200 plus people on this call on this Tuesday morning. Like, you know how good it feels to know that there's 200 people that wait for me on Tuesday and Thursdays for me to share with them ideas and tips and tricks and wisdom that I've learned that have helped me so that it can help you. There's no amount of money that can, buy this feeling. You got to earn this feeling, but why? Because I make others a priority. And there's no better feeling than waking up every single day and serving your purpose, living at peace and in full happiness. Because at any time of my life that I've had struggles, Mornings with Nano was always my escape from my struggles. Mornings with Nano was always my escape from the reality that I was living, because guess what? I get a chance to jump on this call and help you guys. So even though I was going through problems, even though I was going through tough situations, I would still make it a priority every single day to make sure that I was here. Make sure that I made your problems, your issues more of a priority than mine were. Right. And that's what life is all about, guys. And I want you guys to live with that same mentality. Okay. I know that life is hard. I know things get tough, but we have to reach our last day knowing that we were helpful to other people, knowing that we made a priority to bring more of God's children closer to Him, because that's very, very important. So that's number one. Put a one in the chat box if I can count on you to be more selfless this summer than you've ever been. I want you guys to solve more people's problems this summer, right? I want you to help more people. I want you to pour into more people. I want you to be an example for more people. That's number one for today. Okay, let's go to number two. Okay, number two is this: you reach your last day. This one, we're going to get deep into this one right here. So get ready. You reach your last day with the awareness that you ended up living the life that society trained you to want versus leading the life you truly wanted to have. I could literally dedicate a whole hour to this training right here, to this one point right here. I'm going to repeat it again. You reach your last day with the awareness that you ended up living the life that society trained you to want versus leading the life you truly wanted. I was actually talking about this on my MMX sessions literally yesterday. I was talking about it. And I was telling people how, we were trained to live a certain way, right? If you actually take a step back, right? If we all take a step back and we actually look at the way we were trained to live, everything will start to make a little bit more sense to us, right? If you listen to it, listen to what he said. You reach your last day with the awareness that you ended up living, okay, the life that society trained you to want, okay, versus leading the life you truly wanted. Now, When we look at the numbers, listen to the numbers really fast. Only 3 to 5% of people in the world actually get a chance to live the life that they truly wanted to have. Only 3 to 5%. So let's say there was 100 people on this call. That means that only 3 to 5 of us on this call will ever get a chance to live the life that we truly wanted. The life we imagined and visualized and dreamed of. Only 3 to, let's just put it at 5 of us. The other 95 of us will end up living the life that society trained us to live. Now, us on this call, we got nothing to worry about. We are that 5. We are the 5 out of, the millions of people. So I know none of us on this call got nothing to worry about. But I just want you guys to have perspective of how crazy this actually is. Because we are trained from the moment we are born. We are trained from the moment we are in our bellies, in our parents, in our mom's bellies. We are already starting to be trained. Okay? Because first of all, you got to remember, our parents are trained. Our parents don't know any better for the most part, especially if you come from humble beginnings. Okay? So if you don't come from a rich family where they've already broken the generational curses and they've already done everything, then you're coming into a world that your parents have already been trained. Like me, for example, my mom is a Dominican immigrant from the Dominican Republic. Okay, she came here when she was already almost 40 years old. So she's already been trained her whole life, to follow the system. Hey, Nano, you got to go to school. You got to get a degree. All right. Then you got to work a job for 40 years of your life, retire at 65. Guys, this system still exists. I want you to understand that. Like, people still follow the system that society has allowed us to live, right? And this is why sometimes, this is what I was explaining to my group yesterday. I was like, yo, this is why sometimes entrepreneurship is so hard for people. Because look at what happens. Think about it. Our whole lives, we are trained by our parents, by our teachers, by our bosses. And we are always told what to do. Hey, you got to be at work at this time. You have lunch at this time. Okay, you got to do this. You got to do that. You got to pay these taxes. This is the time you go to work. These are your vacation days. So our whole lives, we're told what to do. And then what happens is you join a business like entrepreneurship or, digital entrepreneurship, where now you're the business owner. The reason why it's so difficult for people and why so many people fail and quit at the beginning of it is because for most people, for the first time in their lives, they're in control now. But they've never been in control. They've never had to be in control. They've always been told what school they need to go to, what time they go to lunch, what time everything happens. They've always been told what to do. So now you join this business, right? Nano, as an example, I joined this business my whole life. Papi, you're going to go to this school. My coach told me, hey, you're going to go here. You're going to graduate here. Boom, 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 boom. And every day I was told what to do. And then I joined this business. I joined my network marketing company back in 2017. And for the first time ever, I got to create my own schedule. Okay. No one's telling me to jump on calls. Nobody's telling me at what time I got to be there. I could wake up when I'm done sleeping. I could do whatever I want. But that was the challenge. It wasn't like I had somebody telling me, hey, Nano, you got to be here at 9 a.m. and you got to work till 5. And then this is what you're going to do while you're working. Nobody told me that. I had to create my own schedule. I had to find my own groove. I had to find everything myself. And that's very challenging in the beginning because for the first time in most people's lives, guess what? You're now in control. Nobody else is in control but you. Okay. And this is why you see so many people that jump into the entrepreneurship world and the business world and all of these different spaces and they don't last long and they end up quitting, is because, bro, for the first time, they had to be in control. No one was there to hold you accountable and be like, hey, because you didn't show up to work today, if you show up too late again, then you lose your job and you no longer get paid. Like, That's not how it works here. So you got to make a decision that, hey, I'm not going to continue to live the life that society wants me to live. Okay. If you currently have a job, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I'm not here talking down on jobs. That's not what I'm here to talk about. But I'm here to talk about I'm up on opportunity. All right. All of us have the opportunity to live the life that we truly desire. Because remember, we can be, do, or have anything that we want in life. Remember that. We can be, do, or have anything that we want in life. You can be that professional speaker. You can be that professional artist, that musician. You can be that. You can go to those countries. You can travel. You can give back to communities. You can do all of those things. You can have that house. You can have that car. You can have that mansion. You can have everything that you want. But you have to be willing to self-educate yourself. You got to be willing to go down the lone wolf journey, the journey that requires you to go do all the work. Guys, why do you guys think I read all the books? Why do you guys think I listen to all the audios and do the journals and do all of these things? Why do you guys think I do that? Because I'm on my self-discovery journey, figuring out what my true superpowers are, teaching myself self-discipline, self-accountability, right? I'm teaching myself these things because remember this, guys, no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you, family. Let me make sure you guys understand that. No one is coming to save you. So you have to go down that journey and understand that it's going to be hard. You got to understand that no one's going to support you in the beginning of it. You got to understand that because remember the numbers. 95 won't, only 5 will. You are part of that 5. So you gotta be okay with knowing that, hey, look, I'm part of the 5% of people that is gonna grow, that's gonna go and make this happen. The other 95 are not willing. They don't want to do it. And guess what? Misery loves what? Company. So if you're one of those 5% people that wants to go, they're not gonna want you to go. They're gonna pull you back. It's the crabs in the bucket mentality. Man, wait. Mina wants to go up? Nah. Veronica wants to leave? Nah. Eunice wants to leave? Jeech wants to leave? Right? No. Okay. So real quick, if you truly want to live the life of your dreams, I want to see who my real dreamers are on this call. Put a 5 in the chat box if you are committed to living the life of your dreams. Right? I just want to know who is here committed to living the life of your dreams, the life that you truly want, not the life that society has set up for us, not the hey, here, go to work, go to school, this. And remember, guys, like I said, I'm not talking down on jobs. You can use a job, you can leverage a job to make enough money to one day be able to start your own business. Okay, you can do that. Right? I'm never the type of person, you know why I can never talk down on jobs? Because I've never had one. Right? I don't know what it's like to have a job. I never got a chance to work one. I got right into entrepreneurship the moment I graduated, right? So I don't know what it's like to have one, but I have a lot of my friends and my business partners, all right, that tell me all about it. You can leverage your job to help you build a business long term. But what I don't want you to do is just settle for that, because everybody is worth more than that. All of us are worth more than that. So don't settle for the life that society has for us. Go live the life of your dreams. Go dream big. Go build that house. Go join that business. Take all the risks that you can, because we only get one life. I turned 30 years old. I like to say 30 years young in 3 days on June 1st, this Saturday. It's crazy to me that 30 years have already passed, because I remember it felt like it was just the other day I was in high school. You know, it feels like it was just yesterday I was in high school, and now I'm 30 years old, you know, and I'm like, sheesh, like, yo, time really flies. Like, imagine if I would have never taken my life serious the last 5 years. You know, like, I would be stuck in the same exact place as a lot of other people that I know. But because I chose to work on myself, because I chose to make, my dreams a reality, now everything is happening for me. Okay. So one thing I'm going to say is, remember, don't reach your last days living the life that society trained you to want. And remember this, 95% of people is going to want you to live that life. Remember, that's all they know. It's all they know. So they'll give you advice. They'll tell you what's best for you. They'll try to convince you that the decision that you're making is the wrong one. Don't buy people's opinions. Okay? Don't buy people's opinions that you wouldn't trade places with. Okay? If you buy their opinions, you buy their lifestyle. If I would have listened to everybody that told me, Nano, you're wasting your time, it's not going to work, it's a scam, go to school, get your degree, this, that, I would have never had the things that I had today. I would have never been able to travel to the 26 countries I traveled to. Never. What job was going to allow me to take 2 to 3 week vacations like I have? No job would have ever allowed me to do that. I would have never became a podcast host, right? I would have never done Mornings with Nano, right? Mornings with Nano are at 10 a.m. At this time, if I was working a job, I would be at work, right? I would have never been able to do Mornings with Nano and impact the lives that I would have impacted had I chose to go and work a job, right? If I would have listened to everybody that told me, yo, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, I would have never got there. Look at everything I would have robbed, not only myself of, but everybody. We wouldn't even be on this call right now. Okay? Remember, guys, write this quote down. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. That's the key. And those who were seen dancing and having fun and living life, they were thought to be crazy and insane by the people who could not hear the music. They can't hear the music, family. You got to remember that. The same music we hear, they can't hear it. So they don't understand why we're dancing. They don't get it. They're wondering like, yo, why is Nano dancing? Why is Grace dancing? Why is Ernest? Why is Mina? Why is Natasha? Why is Regine? Why is Karina? Why is Nikki dancing? Why is Crystal dancing? Why are these people dancing? But they can't hear the music. They can't hear it. They can't hear the music. So let them think that you're crazy. Let them think you're insane because they won't hear it. Okay? That's number 2 for today. Let's go to number 3. This is powerful too as well. Listen to this one. Okay, I'm putting it right here in the chat for us. You reach your last day and awaken to the fact that you never realized your absolute best, nor touch the special genius that you were built to become. This one's a good one, guys. I'm going to repeat it again. You reach your last day and awaken to the fact that you never realized your absolute best, nor touch the special genius that you were built to become. This one's powerful. What is this one basically saying? Self-education. Guys, look at all the books. Guys, I have literally hundreds of books everywhere. Look, this is another stack of books here. I got another stack of books here. I got another stack of books there. I got another stack of ones in my in my living room. I got another one in my room. I have a bunch in my at my house, at my parents' house in New York. Always literally pouring into myself at all times. I'm always reading. I'm always reading. I'm always reading. I'm always pouring into myself. I'm always learning more information. Remember, you reach your last day and you awaken to the fact that you never realized your absolute best nor touch the special genius that you were built to become. Did you guys know that all the answers that you want are already inside of you? You just have not become aware of it. You just haven't become aware to the information. All the information is already inside of you. But the thing is, you haven't read enough books. You haven't tapped into this side of it yet. And let me guess, Nano, I don't like to read. Reading is boring. I never read in my life, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get it. And then I'd rather listen to audios and I'd rather listen to this. I get it. But you got to read. You have to read. How do you think people in the past were, before there was any freaking audio cassette tapes and CDs, and before we even had Spotify or YouTube or any of these things, how do you think people got smart and rich and gained wisdom? It was through reading. It was through reading books that they did it. So if you're someone that's on this call and you jump on Instagram every day and you do everything else, but you don't read, how do you expect to grow in life? True story, like, it's all out of love what I'm saying to you guys. But let's be honest, some of us make Instagram more of a priority than taking 10 to 15 minutes to read a book. So simple. So simple. Something so easy to do. You already spend your time reading, though. This is what it blows my mind. Right? It literally blows my mind. People are like, no, I don't like to read, but you're always reading captions on Instagram. You're always reading messages. You're always reading emails. You're always reading, but you don't like to read. Is this making sense? Like, am I crazy for being frustrated sometimes as you know, because remember, I have to have a lot of conversations with people in my life, right? So when I have mentees that come up to me and they're like, Nano, I want to take my life to the next level, bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, yo, you know, are you reading any books? They're like, nah, bro, reading is not for me. And hola, tia. They tell me reading is not for me. And I'm like, okay, let me ask you a question, bro. Open up your phone. Boom. Go to your screen time. They show me their screen time. They're spending 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours a day on their phones. 7 to 8 hours. Now, stay with me real quick. Stay with me real quick, please. They're spending 7 to 8 hours on their phones every day. That's average. Multiply that by 7 days a week. 7 to 8. We're looking at anywhere from 49 to 56 hours a week spent on their phone, scrolling on Instagram, reading messages, bam, 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 bam. 56 a week. I asked him, yo, how many hours did you read for this week? None. Not one. Not even 10 minutes. But they know everything that's going on with Diddy and the Drake and Kendrick thing, and they know everything about that because guess what? They're reading the comments. They're reading all the comments, they're reading all the posts, everything. Everybody's priorities are all messed up. They'll tell you they don't like to read, but they're reading every single day. They're just reading the wrong things. You guys understand that if you start to study this information and you start making it a priority, okay, it'll change your life. It'll literally change your life, guys. One book will change your life. One book. But now I don't got time. I don't like to read. I'd rather listen than read. This is why it blows my mind sometimes. This is why I get frustrated sometimes. Because only if you knew what these books could do for you. Only if you knew what these books would do for you, you would never miss the opportunity to read a good book. You would never miss it. You would never miss the opportunity to read. It has to be something you do every day, every single day. Do we feed our bodies every day? Yes, we do. Every day we feed our bodies. We make it a priority to feed our bodies. We get hangry when we don't feed our bodies. Think about that. We feed our bodies unless you're fasting, you feed your body every single day. But the question is, do you feed your mind every day? Do you make it a priority to feed your mind every day the same way that you feed your body every day? I wish we would move with the same urgency. You see how I gotta eat, I gotta order Uber Eats, I gotta make something, you see the same sense of urgency we move with when we're hungry? Imagine if we were the same with our minds. Imagine if we were the same with our minds. Imagine if our mind got hungry. I wish it did, honestly, at this point. Because more people would be reading. But nobody wants to read a good book. Guys, start reading every day. You got to read every single day. Every single day. Read. At least 10 pages a day. Read. It'll change your life. That's number 3. Correct? Number 3. Let's go to number 4. Here we go. Number 4. You reach your last day without ever having experienced the natural power that inhibits you to do great work and achieve great things. You reached your last day without ever having experienced the natural power that inhibits you to do great work and achieve great things. You guys know that we all are very powerful beings. We are all very powerful beings, very powerful. But if you never tap into that power, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. Now, Neno, how do I develop that power? It's something called willpower. How do you develop willpower? By doing things that make you uncomfortable. People ask me all the time, well, Neno, why do you wake up early? Because it develops willpower. Neno, why do you go to the gym? It develops willpower. Why do you read so much? Why do you do morning routines? Why do you do all these things? Because it develops willpower. Your willpower is when you do things that you're not comfortable doing. You're developing that willpower because it teaches you how to do things even in the face of challenges. You want to do great things in this world, you got to develop willpower. It's actually one of your higher faculties, your will. You got to develop willpower, right? Like Holly said, that's why they said, yo, if there's a will, there's a way. That's where the saying comes from. If there is a will, there is a way. So you got to be the person that remembers, yo, I got to develop my willpower. If you're waking up at a time that you're comfortable waking up, that doesn't take any willpower. You know what takes willpower? Getting up at 5, 6 a.m. But then I got to go to work, this. Sometimes you got to sacrifice. That's the reality of the situation. You got to sacrifice. You didn't think, how many. So, for example, perfect example. Mina, we went out when we had an event in Orlando. Okay. We went out the night before the event. We went and had dinner, hung out with the family, stayed up, on the balcony, just talking, relaxing, and just talking about life. We went to sleep at like 4, almost like 5 a.m. And the next day I woke up and she was surprised. And she was surprised that I woke up and did mornings veneno. You guys didn't even know. You guys didn't even know that I was on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. But what was it? I've developed so much willpower that my mind naturally wakes me up because of how much willpower I've. It doesn't matter if I'm on 2 hours of sleep, I'm getting up. Because I trained my mind back then that no matter what happens the night before, I got to be up to pour into my family and my team. I got to be up no matter what happens. I've showed up on days where I was tired, exhausted, unhappy, tears in my eyes. I showed up. I kept showing up on the days that were hard. This is why sometimes, again, I get frustrated and I get mad when people stop showing up when things get wrong, when things get bad, or when things get hard, because it's like, yo, if it was a job, you would have showed up. Right? How many of us have showed up to a job on a day that we didn't want to show up? How many of us have showed up? Many times. Many times. You showed up to a job when you were hungry. You showed up to a job when you were exhausted, tired, unhappy, going through a heartbreak, family death, boom, 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 boom. Through all of it, we've all showed up. So then you show, and then this business comes around, and then you forget that you got to keep showing up as well. Showing up when it's hard is what develops willpower. That's what develops willpower. Very important that you guys understand that. Showing up when nobody else wants to show up is what develops willpower. Waking up early at the times that nobody else is going to wake up is what develops willpower. Doing what others won't do is what develops willpower. Okay, that's the key. You got to do the things that others are not willing to do, and that's what it develops willpower. So that way you don't reach your last day, never having experienced your natural power, because once you develop that willpower, that's when you develop the real power to take yourself to the next level that you wanted to take yourself to. All right, so that's that. And then last but not least, the last one. This one is number 10 of the 10 human regrets. Oh, it says it's too long. Let me all right, let me just read it, and then I'm gonna just have to put it half. All right, it says number 10, last one. You reach your last day and discover you could have been a leader and left this world so much better than you found it. But you refused to accept that mission because you were just too scared. And so you failed and wasted a life. Damn, that one's powerful. You reach your last day, boom, and then this is the second part of it. Okay, here it goes. You reach your last day and discover you could have been a leader and left this world so much better than you found it. But you refused to accept the mission because you were just too scared, so you failed and wasted a life. I don't want that to be anybody on this call. As a matter of fact, I know that message is not for anyone on this call, because I know that everybody on this call is a leader. And I know none of us are going to waste a life. So I don't have nothing to worry about for any of you guys here. So I'm not even going to talk too deep on this one. All I need you to do is face your fears and go lead by example for everybody that's watching you. Do not waste a life. Do not be a failure. Go be the example. Go be that example. I don't got to sit here and try to convince you guys to become leaders, because I know that everybody that's on this call is a leader. I know that everybody on this call is on their personal development journey to become the best version of themselves. Okay? So you got to remember, guys, this is what it's all about. This is really what it's all about. you gotta go out there and accept the mission that you are a leader. Whether you are the leader of a family, you are the leader of a business, you are the leader. I love Mina. I think Mina's a little late in the chat. Can we all agree Mina's probably like 5 minutes behind? Mina, we love you, sis. We got to catch up, sis. We already at the end. I gotta love Mina. Mina's the best. But it really is an amazing thing that we got a chance to live in. And I'm just gonna end this with this, guys. Remember, before you can lead others, you got to lead yourself. Okay. And you know in order for you to become a great leader, you got to become a great follower, right? In order for you to become a great teacher, you got to be a great student. In order for you to be a good coach, you got to be a good player. Okay. So some of us right now, we're always going to be followers and leaders in all areas of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us, all of us are leaders in our lives, whether we're leaders in our family, our leaders in our business, we're leaders with our big brothers, big sisters, we're all of us are leaders in some kind of form or way. Accept the mission that God has given you and go out there and become the best version of yourself so that you can be the example for the rest of the world. All right, guys. So with that being said, those are the remaining human regrets. Put some 555s in the chat box if you guys got value from today's call, right? If you guys got value from today's call, put some 555s in the chat box, okay? Super excited to be here with all of you, man. It really is a blessing to have the chance to jump on these calls with you guys and share with you guys my ideas, the things that I've learned and the things that have helped me become a better version of myself. I just want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for, jumping on these calls. And, let's keep our prayers, for all the people that are dealing with a lot of things. Like if you woke up today and you have a roof over your head and there's not a war going on outside of your doors, be thankful for that. Let's be thankful and let's send a lot of prayers out to all the people who are dealing with a lot of difficult times, fam. Please do not forget to give prayers and send love and find ways to donate, find ways to do something for all the people that are dealing with some tough times. At the end of the day, it's not about picking a side, it's about what's right. Okay. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood that. It's very important for us to keep our prayers for those people, because if it was the other way around, we would want people to be praying for us. And, we just got to be grateful that every day, look, like I woke up and, it's beautiful and sunny out here. There's no bombs, there's no wars, there's no kids, dealing with the things that they're dealing with, and it's a very tough situation for a lot of people. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I want you guys to know that, we all got to be thankful for those things. A lot of us, we think we have problems, but think about the people on the other side of the pond, the kind of problems they have to deal with right now. Our problems are nothing. They're literally nothing compared to the problems that are going on out there. It's literally not even a war, like somebody said, literally like a genocide. So let's be grateful. Let's keep our prayers. Let's make sure we're showing empathy and, gratitude for everything. And if there's any way that you can provide and be there for somebody and for your people that are from those places, show them love, send them a text message, show them respect, and allow people to, grieve this moment, because it is tough for a lot of people, fam. So thank you, guys. I really am grateful. So with that being said, that is today's call. Thursday, remember, guys, we are back here Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do these calls on Instagram and on YouTube for absolutely free. Okay, on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, those are paid sessions with a smaller group. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Another thing is, I'm going to let you guys know, I just launched a paid subscription for Instagram. You guys can check it out on my stories. I'm going to be dropping exclusive information in there, serious like 1% information, private Q&As, investment opportunities that I'm going to be getting into for crypto this summer that are going to be very, very good. So if you guys want to gain access to this stuff, networking events, early access to merch and retreats that are going to be coming up here soon. So if you guys want to subscribe right now, it's only available for, I think it's $4.99 for like 7 more people, and then it's gonna go up to 10. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna do a quick prayer for all of us and for the people of this world, and we're gonna end it right there. So quick prayer, everybody, bow your head and let's pray. Father God, we want to thank you so much for blessing us with another beautiful day for us to wake up and grow and become better versions of ourselves. Today we learned the remaining human regrets, and we understand now more than ever the life that we don't want to live. We want to go out there and live the life that you designed for us, the life that you've put us in position, and what is destiny for our lives. So we want to thank you for the wisdom. We want to thank you for this community. We want to thank you for our health. We want to thank you for our protection. We want to pray over the people out in the world who are dealing with some very tough times, the wars, the killings, the murders, the bombings. We want to pray for those people. We want to pray for their healing. We want to pray for their protection. We want to pray for all of those people, because right now more than ever they need you, Father. And we just pray that you put your healing hand and you put your body over that country so that you can protect them from everything that's going on out there. We love you so much for everything that you're doing for us, what you're doing for them, and what you're doing for everybody in the world, Father. None of it goes unnoticed. We love you and we appreciate you. In God's name we pray. Amen. 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 All right. Love you guys. Great call, great training, great prayer, great community, great everything. Go out there. Remember the human regrets. Don't forget to focus on you. Make it a priority. Don't forget your evaluations. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my people who are part of the MMX family. And for those who are not, I'll see you guys on Thursday for another episode of Mornings with Nano IG edition. God bless. Subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a review. We are almost at 10K, family. Please, please, please help me get there. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Love you guys. Let's go.